Here we are, Texas football starting training camp this week. You blink your eyes, and Cody, it feels like, man, it really does feel like just yesterday we were getting done with the football season, getting done with the college football playoffs, saying, dude, we're going to have to get through the combine and get through the Senior Bowl and get through the rest of this stuff. And yeah, it feels like it's going to be a million years before we get to watch football again, right? After going into eval season. Before you know it, dude, we have 2 days until Texas has opened up a couple practices for us this week. So super excited about that. We're going to have practice coverage for you guys here on the channel and on orangebloods.com. So make sure and stick around for that. But over the weekend, we had to talk about this because it's something that I've never seen in all my years covering the team and all my years being a fan of recruiting. It happened this weekend. Before we get into it, Cody, why don't you tell them a little bit about our presenting sponsor, the Man Eye Institute?
Man Eye Institute, 1-844-WOW 2020. Declare independence from glasses and contacts. You've got the latest phone, smart TV, Bluetooth speakers that can be heard from across the block party. So why are your eyes stuck in the past? When I first heard of Man Eye Institute, I didn't think this was a real thing, but introducing next level LASIK exclusively at Man Eye Institute, the only place in the state, one of just 3 in the entire country, offering this revolutionary Wave Light Plus technology. This isn't your parents' LASIK that you've heard bad stories about. Next level LASIK creates a digital twin of your eye, giving your surgeon unmatched precision and personalization for sharper, more tailored results. Not all LASIK is created equal, and this LASIK is it's in a league of its own. And right now, they're celebrating freedom and clear vision with a special LASIK offer this July, plus affordable payment options and guaranteed approval financing. Do you think you're already seeing your best with your glasses or contacts? Think again. Let's be real. You don't know what you don't know. So come on in for your 100% free screening and find out if you're a candidate for next level LASIK. Call 844-WOW 2020 or visit maneye.com. That's 844-WOW 2020 or visit maneye.com.
All
That's
right.
man with 2 N's.
All right, so here we go. So thanks so much to the Man Eye Institute. So here it is from Koa Brown, Centennial High School, California, Corona, California. Who are Koa Brown, 2026 tight end slash defensive end slash maybe wide receiver? Although to me he looks more like a blocking tight end than anything. Who are his parents? It's Ronda Rousey and who else?
Travis Browne, the old heavyweight from the UFC.
Okay, so this was a silent decommit.
What is that?
Okay, here was his tweet from July 27th, so Sunday. He says, I appreciate the staff at Texas for offering me and bringing my family on an official visit this summer. I committed to Texas and agreed to their process of postponing my announcement as they sort out their roster with 26 commits and new financial terms with the NIL landscape. However, with recent changes in my recruitment and further interest from other universities, I'd like to officially visit in the fall. My family and those close to me believe it's in my best interest to reopen up my recruiting. I'll be moving on from the University of Texas. We are looking forward to finding my home where I'm most valued in all aspects. Koa Brown, Corona Centennial High School, 2026 tight end. So, Koa Brown, we hardly even knew you. We didn't even know that you had committed. Now we had heard dating back to the time that he came on his official at the airport afterwards. It was like Jason came back from that. He's like, all right, well, this guy, Jason obviously got a whiff of something because he had said, we got to keep an eye on this guy. We'll put him on commit watch, all that stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. So you even had him on your kind of personal depth and scholarship board that, we keep and reference. You had him as pending. Now, did you have him pending as an F tight end or as a Y tight end?
I had him pending as a Y tight end.
I think that's right. I think that's where they would have had him. He looks more like to me, he looks. Well, I mean, you watched him. I'd be interested. Like, I guess you sort of thought the same thing. To me, he looks like more of a blocking tight end, more of a guy that you can line up in line. He looks like it's funny. Like he comes from parents who are like, wrestlers and stuff, but that's the kind of attitude and the kind of skill set and the kind of frame that you want out of those guys. The guys who can get leverage, move bodies, physical. That's what his puddle showed. It didn't really show much stuff lining up split out wide or, making any kind of big contested grabs or anything like that. The other thing that I thought was like, okay, all right, what does this mean? Do you think there are other like, I mean, he was committed, and we've heard from behind the scenes there. We've been hearing all summer that there could be guys who are silenced. I don't know if any are left. I don't know what it means for the recruiting class going forward. Do you have any inkling as far as what we can take away from this?
Well, from that perspective, I would say we've heard that the numbers game was going to be a thing. Obviously, with the move to 105 total scholarships, coming down from a rough guesstimate of between 115 to 125 total rostered players, a ton of that being walk-ons. They're going to have to do something and play limbo with the numbers, the cap, et cetera, et cetera. I would say, I thought Koa was a take, but I think it's a like a fence riding take where it's like if you feel as if, and this is the thing, this is where I came from with the Caden Prothro thing. I thought Tyler Atkinson was much more of an important pay up for, because I thought running back was a much more important position to pay up for. Generally, those are two positions you wouldn't hold in high, high lore, like in NFL draft conversations or in high recruiting conversations.
Unless you're Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, who hit
Correct.
both of them when they, what was that? Who was that? Was that Jahmyr Gibbs and
Jack Campbell?
Yeah, Jack Campbell. Yeah.
Generally, you wouldn't do that, but I thought that was where Texas needed to expend it. And everyone says, Caden Prothro. It's like you can almost guarantee that they're still going to try and have conversations with Caden Prothro up until December 4th. They're going to push and push and push and push and push as much as they can. But man, when I just take a step back and I go, well, Jack Endries has another year of eligibility if he wants to come back. For the guy, the tight end from Cal, I think he's probably going to go pro if he has a good year. You look behind him, we've only ever heard positive things from Jordan Washington when he's been on the field and seen positive things. And then you have this freshman class of Amari Winston and Nick Townsend, who everybody loves Nick Townsend, but Amari Winston was a higher rated recruit coming in. Both are really good tight ends. I just think the tight end room's good. It's fine. It's good. And then you have, the chess piece or the joker in Michael Terry that can pretty much play anywhere and do anything. And who knows how big he might get, and he might transform into something bigger. So I don't think tight end is like at the forefront of need. So if you're really playing a numbers game, I don't know if, a Koa Brown being on the fence is a guy that is you gotta have him type of a situation. From his perspective, I think you laid it up perfectly. Like he kind of takes on what, his dad and his stepmom kind of are, and they're just like that grueling, beating type of, wrestler, nose to the grindstone type of thing. I thought he was actually a little bit of a better edge than he was a tight end. I think a lot more of his edge style wears off in his tight end style and run blocking down the field and things of that nature. His biggest thing for me, I just had his best trait was just being a raw athlete and being able to move around and do different things on the football field. I comped him to Stone Smart coming out of Old Dominion that went to the Chargers for a couple of years, but just a fine tight end. I didn't have a problem with him. I thought he was going to be a good player. But like I said, I think it was a borderline take to begin with, and that's no disrespect to him. He'll find a home 100%. I'm not worried about that. But I think just for the Texas roster, I couldn't really make sense of it to begin with. Or that, even paying up for Caden Prothro, I couldn't really make sense of it outside of just being like, well, he's a stud, so he's a take.
I'd like to reiterate to Ronda Rousey, to Travis Browne again. Cody said it. We mean absolutely no disrespect.